Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're stopping right here for the very first time, you're welcome. I know it's been a while. I came up here, I was treating some kind of sickness, but I'm back bigger and better, and I'm super excited to be filming this video. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about something that I find very funny. I am a victim of such, so I feel like why not talk about it. So we're going to be talking about circumcision, which is the general name it is given, but it is medically referred to as female genital mutilation. So I myself, I am a victim of this circumstance, and I know many women are a victim of this whole thing. And I also know that our mothers are doing this thing, like they are still practicing this thing because of ignorance, because they don't know why they are even doing it. They are doing it because they feel like their grandmom did it, so them too they have to do it. But because I'm in the medical field, there is nothing I have not heard concerning this mutilation. There is no myth, there is no horror story that I've not heard, from you will not be able to give birth, to you will not be able to be satisfied sexually in bed, to you will always be wanting more sex. There is nothing I've not heard. So because of how the thing is just coming back on me, I have been forced to actually study about it and do more research to actually know if these things are really correct. And I am so happy today that I have come up with so many truth about this whole issue, that I feel like, since I'm not the only one that is involved in this, there are other people that would want to learn one or two. That is why I'm making this video. So please support me by thumbsing up to this video, subscribing and sharing this video. So let's just get right to it. It's not going to be nice for us to just start talking about it without really knowing what it is. So female genital mutilation, as it is medically referred to, is a practice that involves the partial or total removal of the external female genitalia. Now, the external female genitalia is just the superficial surface of the vagina, which we all know, but it is medically referred to as the external female genitalia. So from what I saw online, there are 3 types of circumcision, and I'm going to be putting I'm looking at the picture on my phone, but I'm going to be putting it on the screen so you guys can see. The first type is the clitoridectomy. The clitoridectomy is just a surgical procedure that involves the removal of the clitoris. I remember the clitoris it doesn't have any reproductive relevance, but then it is a major organ in the human's reproductive system. So if you are cutting out that part, you are limiting the woman to certain things. And then the clitoris is similar to the male penis, like they have the same function or components. The penis is the most sensitive organ, is the most sensitive reproductive system in the male body. It is made up of many erectile tissue, and it is one of the most sensitive parts. That is how the female clitoris is. So in this kind of circumcision, you see that only the person's clitoris will be removed, to be cut out, or it's either only the person's clitoris will be cut out, or the prepuce and the clitoris will be cut out. Sorry if you're not understanding some words I'm using, like maybe prepuce. You can Google it and you'll see a picture of what the prepuce looks like, because I can't start describing it now. So that's the first type. And the second type is the excision. Now in this excision, both the clitoris, the prepuce, and the whole labia majora will be cut out. The labia majora is the 2 broad lips that surrounds the vagina. So just check on your Google, check labia majora. They will show you a picture and you'll be able to know. As a human, I mean, you should also know your body parts. So that is the second type of circumcision. The third type is the infibulation. This one is not, I don't know, I've not seen somebody with this type, but I feel it's not popular. But you can see the picture, so you know it's almost like a total sewing of the whole thing, and they just leave a small space where urine can just pass. And the funniest part is that most times the practitioners that do these things, they don't even use sterilized objects. So we are going to move forward to that. So now you know the types of FGM that we have. So moving over to the next question that most most people are going to be asking, even me, I was asking the same question. I was like, why in the first place are they doing this thing? We are going to be looking at the reason. Why are women even doing this? Why are mothers even harming their children? Why are they willing to sacrifice infecting their children because of something that is irrelevant, something that is not medically proven to be worthy? So here are the reasons I got why people practice this, and I'm going to be starting from the very most popular ones. So they said FGM is carried out as a way to control a human's sexuality, which is sometimes said to be insatiable. So you've seen it. So most people, our ancient, is not ancient because it is still practiced in some parts of the world. And again, do you know, I was thinking that this thing was practiced in only Nigeria, and I mean only in some parts of Africa. No, most people in other continents practice it. We have the Kenya, people in India practice it. The Pakistanis practice it. Did I say Pakistanis or Pakistans? People from Pakistan actually practice it. People from Turkey, most countries, most communities in Turkey actually practice it. So the one of their favorite reason for them practicing this thing is that they feel like if they cut out the girl's clitoris, or if they circumcise the girl, let me just put it that way, they feel that if they circumcise the girl, they'll be able to curtail the girl's sexual habits. The girl is not going to be sexually active till she's married. How? What is the proof? Like, how does that relate? It doesn't relate. Whether a girl is circumcised or a girl is not circumcised, it doesn't have anything to do with her keeping herself or her being a virgin. In fact, that's the word. They think that if they circumcise this girl, she's going to remain a virgin till her husband. Somebody should tell them that they are lying, please. Whether you circumcise her or not, it doesn't change nothing. It doesn't change anything. A girl that is going to disvirgin is going to disvirgin herself, even though they give her the 3rd degree of that circumcision. You see that small hole where the wee is coming out from? Is enough reason. So I got another reason why people do the female genital, why people do circumcision. They want to ensure that there will be premarital virginity, and then there will be maternal fidelity. So if you're telling me now that you are doing it because you want to ensure that your daughter will be fidel, your daughter will be faithful to her husband when she's married, how would you undo what you've done? That doesn't make sense at all. And then I saw another reason. They said that FGM is associated with cultural ideas of femininity and modesty. I actually believe this one because most people, most mothers, most communities, most villages, they do this thing because it is a normal practice. Somebody started it. So it has become a norm, it has become a belief, it has become a culture that if you give birth to a female child and you don't do this thing, this is what will happen. I know that time now, because of ignorance, because of the amount of people that are educated are not much, they just believe it, and then that is just how it keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, and now we are all suffering. Most people are suffering from it. So, and then they feel that like the girl is not going to be modest. How does circumcising a girl, what does circumcision has to do with modesty? It doesn't tally at all. And then I saw another one that they said, oh, that thing has not finished. They said FGM is associated with cultural ideas of femininity and modesty, which includes the notion that girls are clean and beautiful after the removal of body parts, and they are considered unclean and unfeminine or male. Imagine. So when a girl is complete the way she's supposed to be, she's considered unclean. But when she's circumcised, she's considered clean. You see? So most of these things are not making sense. It was just made up by some group of uneducated people that just came up with this whole thing because they were just opportune to come to life before the educated ones. So those are some of the reasons I saw that I was like, this does not even make any sense. So I don't know why it was even practiced in the first place. Now we're going to move it over to the risks of doing these things. FGM can cause severe bleeding. If you are circumcising your girl child, just know that you are exposing her to a lot of injuries. Firstly, if those objects are not well sterilized, if you're doing it in one maternity center where they're even using razor to even do it, how sure are you that you cannot vouch for how clean these things are? Even though you think they are new, they are not like 100% sterile. And this is supposed to be like a very clean, and it is supposed to be a surgical procedure because you are cutting through a person's body. So anything that is passing through that person's body has to be very sterile and very clean to the core. But then you do it. If you do it, like if you are using an unsterile material or instrument, you are introducing infection to that part of the body, which when it escalates, it might result to something that you cannot even cure with your money, to start leading to GoFund meetings. It can later result to cyst. Who has cyst and is pregnant? Nobody. You can't survive it. And then they said there can be complications in childbirth. Now I really understand why they said that people who are circumcised cannot give birth, like through a spontaneous vaginal delivery. The reason is because, you know, the clitoris is just at the top of the vulva. Now, remember, the vulva can stretch. It was made in such a way that even as small as it is, during childbirth, it can expand and the fetal head is going to pass through it. That's the baby's head. So, if you cut out that part of the vulva, which is maybe the clitoris, you cut it out. Remember, when it is expanding for the baby to come out, every other place is expanding. And if there was a sew from up to this place, I'm going to put that picture so you'll be visualizing what I'm saying. If there was a sew from the up part of maybe that clitoris to maybe half of the vagina, like half of the vulva, and only a very small hole is now left, how will that baby come out from where he or she is supposed to come out? You understand what I'm saying? Whereas if there was no sew, because after they cut out this place, they try to sew it so that it will now look normal. So if there was no sew, the baby will just come out and everywhere will be stretching and everywhere will be opening, everywhere will just be elastic and it will be opening. But because of that sew, it will hinder the stretching. It will just hinder everything, and then it will just be remaining that small hole, and the baby can obviously come out. That is why some people that went through this circumcision have to end up doing episiotomy, which the midwives or the gynecologist has to now cut through a part of your vulva so that the baby can come out, or they do a CS for you and your baby comes out. But although it's not always like that, but this is the major reason why they said that people that are circumcised can't give birth through a spontaneous vaginal delivery, just because it's already sewn and it can't stretch so much that the baby can come out. But it doesn't mean that people have not been giving birth. Like, it doesn't mean that people that have been circumcised have not been giving birth. They've been giving birth, but it's just like little of them. So the whole idea, the whole ideology, the whole message behind this whole thing is that if you are thinking of circumcising your girl child today, just know that you want to damage your child's life. Number one, you're exposing her to infection. You are reducing her sexual ability. You are reducing the rate at which she should be enjoying sex, as people said, because they said that if the clitoris is cut out, then that means you are not sensitive. Like, you're not being stimulated. If you are stimulated, if you're supposed to be enjoying, if you're supposed to be doing intercourse, if you're supposed to be enjoying it 100%, because the clitoris, or because you're circumcised, you'll be feeling only like 60%, and the whole 40 is already drained. So if you're thinking about that, just know that it is not good. And then, most importantly, your child might not be able to give birth through a spontaneous vaginal delivery just because you have sewed up the place that was supposed to stretch during childbirth. So that is just the small message. Although today they have stopped, I think that practice is no longer holding. I think the World Health Organization have put a stop to FGM. There is no such thing as FGM. In fact, if they see you practicing FGM, you will be arrested. So all those things have been cut short and is no longer in vogue. So please, if you know anybody, any brother, any sister, any cousin, anybody that is wanting to practice FGM on their child, on their girl child, please save that girl child and tell them that it is not really necessary. We don't do that anymore. So that's just going to be the end of this video. I hope you found it interesting and educative. If you did, thumbs it up, subscribe to my channel and share, and I'm going to see you in my next video.